Hindu student hospitalized after being beaten by Muslim teacher in India. This, oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get into it. In Jammu and Kashmir, a historically contested region nestled in the northernmost part of India, a 10th grade student from Kathua was hospitalized after being beaten by his school authorities for writing Jai Shri Ram, or Glory to Lord Rama, on his classroom's blackboard. The sensitivity of this incident is accentuated by Jammu and Kashmir's unique demographics and history. Historically, the region has witnessed significant Hindu Muslim tensions. Over the years, there have been instances of Hindus facing persecution, leading to large migrations, or I think it's more accurately would be described as ethnic cleansings, especially from the Kashmir Valley. Given this backdrop, such an incident in Jammu heightens communal sensitivities and brings forth memories of past religious conflicts. Protests erupted in response to the assault of the student, with calls for action against the educators involved. This episode serves as a stark reminder of the delicate socio-political fabric of Jammu and Kashmir, where religious expressions can quickly become flashpoints. So, this was a story that was brought to our attention last week because last week we covered the story of in Uttar Pradesh, the teacher asking the students to come to the front of the classroom and beat a Muslim student. And when we were talking about that, a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, you guys are so hypocritical, blah, blah, blah. What about what happened in Kashmir? And I was like, well, what did happen in Kashmir? I didn't hear about this. So I wanted to cover it this week. And so basically, there's not a ton of information about what the details of the situation were, at least in English speaking media. So what I know is that there was this student, and in his school, he wrote Jai Shri Ram on the blackboard. And allegedly, the his teacher and then the principal came and beat him so severely that he then needed to be hospitalized. And
What the hell?
yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do they beat the kid? Oh my god! I mean, beating a kid in any form is bad, but that, how the hell? How much? How would you beat him enough that he needs to be hospitalized? Like, what are they doing?
Well, if you beat
I
someone
mean,
on
if
the
I
head
was
too
this kid,
much, you can cause serious concussions.
if I was this kid's father, like, aren't they afraid of the kid's parents? And I don't know what I would do if I was this kid's father.
Oh my
Oh my
god, I would see
god!
red. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
What is happening in? Oh my god! Like, stop beating kids in India, please. What the hell's wrong with you?
In the classroom too.
Like, is are may I ask this question again, are these people arrested or are they free?
I can't remember off the top of my head if the principal actually was ascertained. Let me double check really quickly.
I mean, this needs arrest. Okay, this is actual violence. These people, you don't need an FIR, or just like writing an FIR, they need to be in handcuffs right away. You beat up a kid.
So, what I'm seeing is that a case has been registered and investigations are ongoing.
That's not enough. That's that. I mean, if you hit a kid, you have to be in handcuffs right away. A case has been registered. You beat up any person, even if it's not a kid. If you beat up somebody, you should be arrested. I don't understand. Come on, the law enforcement in India. Maybe stop filing FIRs against me and Susie and go arrest these mofos. God damn it. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And so what I thought was interesting is that so allegedly the issue was writing Jai Shri Ram on the board. And in response, especially the BJP unit in Kashmir has said, or Jammu and Kashmir, I should say, said some people now consider Jai Shri Ram to be a felony. Do you think that's going too far?
What is freedom of expression? I mean, it's stupid. But it's like freedom of why is that a felony? You should be able to free to say whatever stupid things you want, as long as it's not a direct threat of violence or a scam, right? Like a fraud or something, right? So here, libel, fraud, direct threats of violence, these are the limitations. But that's an expression of your beliefs. Of course that should be allowed. Just like Allah, somebody should be able to write Allahu Akbar, and the next person should be able to say Jai Shri Ram, and the atheist kid should be able to say, like, you're both stupid for saying those things. All of it should be allowed. It's a secular country. India is supposed to be a secular country where these things people should be allowed to say these things. I don't understand. How hard is this?
Are there any comments you wanted to highlight?
I'm not saying India is fascist. I'm saying India is a secular. I'm saying I expect more from India because India is a secular country. It's a free democratic. It's a secular democracy. You're a secular democracy, India. So please act like it. Yeah. Okay. We gotta. You highlighted something from Eric. You wanted to highlight that?
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
Okay. So Shikha has a super chat saying many in India openly call on genocide on Brahmins. Yes, and many also openly call on genocide on Muslims and Hindus and lower caste people. I mean, that is disgusting to call open genocide on Brahmins, okay? But we see more discrimination against lower caste people and people outside of the caste system than Brahmins, just to be fair. But again, so we could highlight at the same time how evil and disgusting it is to be anti-Brahmin, because being anti-Brahmin, if you're a Brahmin, you have inherited that. Like, that's something that you had no choice in. So being anti-that is stupid and disgusting. But also, anti-Brahmin, even though it exists and it's disgusting, is not nearly close to how anti-lower caste and anti-Dalit people are. That is way, 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 way more common, right? And also, Shikha, as much as it's important to highlight how being anti-Brahmin is wrong, celebrating being Brahmin is also wrong. So you shouldn't be anti-Brahmin, but also being a celebration of being Brahmin. So Shikha, you also have to acknowledge that. That is stupid as well. It's completely idiotic to celebrate being Brahmin. It is idiotic to be anti-Brahmin or pro-Brahmin. It should be irrelevant. It doesn't matter that you're Brahmin. Right. Yeah, so it's not covered as much. It's good to cover that. Yeah, you're right, Shikha. It's good to cover anti-Brahmin hate as well, but it's also good to point out that it's stupid to be proud of being Brahmin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Can we what? Did you see something?
No,
What did you
that
see?
just made a memory flash back to my mind. So I told you about that party I went to where I showed up, and then, like, surprisingly, the majority of the people there were like from India, and not like, oh, they're Indian Americans, but they're like from India. And the funniest thing about this party was that I made friends with this guy, and by the end of the party, he was drunkenly explaining stock options to me and also the caste system. So
What?
just like imagine this guy like drunk off his face, one telling you he's like, no, don't invest. If people are talking about it, don't invest. And then also trying to explain the caste system as if I know nothing and talking about his like Brahmin guilt, like, well, drunk.
Brahmin guilt? Is that like a white guilt?
Yeah,
Brahmin guilt is like white guilt. Oh my god,
yeah.
they have that as well? They have Brahmin guilt? Okay. That's amazing.
He was like, I'm Brahmin and the caste system is awful and all this. He was so drunk. It was so funny. Oh my god.
By the way, AV is saying Brahmin genocide and Muslim genocide calls are very common. Lower castes don't face calls for genocide; they are majority. Yeah, they don't face the calls, but they have actions. People act upon it rather than just calling upon it, right?
People need to
So,
stop acting like atrocities against like lower castes isn't something that happens on a daily basis. Like
we have acts of violence against lower castes and Dalits more than any Brahmin. Like, of course, it is way more common. Oh my God. So many kids are killed and beaten to death for being Dalit, for drinking out of a well, for saying something for reading something that they shouldn't have. Like, okay. Anyway, so
especially when you
can we
look at
clap?
how statistically frequent it is, it's mind-blowing, the frequency.
Do you know who makes the most amazing, gorgeous, and other adjectives that I can't use here on YouTube, blasphemous art ever? We do! And for some reason, we are giving it away for free. Download them now using the link in the description before we change our mind.